Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's Friday, Friday's request day, and today's map was requested by the creator and voted in by the BonBon buddies over on Patreon to be our map of the day. Now, the creator is also a BonBon buddy, so we've got 2 bangs for our buck. The map itself is based on a real-life location, just down the road from me actually. I recognise it. It's only based loosely on the area though. Once you get down there you'll notice it's actually a work of fantasy, a work of fiction, and a bit of a giggle. And I do like a bit of a laugh, and let's all join in with a little laughter and a little bit of synchronised button pressing, please. That's right, hit the like button, it gets me seen by more people, helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thanks for your support. Right, let's crack on and have a little look at today's map, which is EU by Haranth, or IU, or Isle of Wight, which is what the actual area is called. Right, that island in the bottom left hand corner of the screen, that's the Isle of Wight. There's your start square, which is bordering onto Portsmouth Harbour there. Once again, I told you I know the area. I'm going to show off a little bit today, just a little bit. There's your resources. Resources are good and strong, really good for the Industries DLC. And let's have a look at the workshop. Now, the workshop, you will need mass transit. It's a mass transit DLC map. We are using the Cedar Valley 4K theme and the Sea New LUT, and there will also be a few things to subscribe to. Few of them aren't really needed. For example, precision engineering you don't really need. The turbine interchange, the triangle about, the interchange and the triangle about are basically just nodes and segments, so you don't really need them at all. Less theme is a good mod. You don't really need it for this particular map. So once again, use a little bit of discretion when subscribing. If you're not using something already, maybe you don't need it at all. Now, the roads, we are going with right hand drive because it doesn't tell me in the description to do left hand drive, even though I should know better. Well, sometimes I need prompting and reminding, and sometimes I just need telling. And sometimes I need to read it. On the left here, the road is waving and wandering about quite a lot, whereas the road on the right is pretty straight and true. And down here, somewhere down here, it's the first one for a little while. Yep, there it is. We've got a jinky janky. Yeah, just a little jink there. Easily fixed with a little bit of segment bending. But I would suggest the entire road needs straightening out, rebuilding, tidying up. All good. We come down here to this turbine turbine interchange. I think it was a turbine one, wasn't it? It's a really nice intersection. There's no problems with it at all. There's no clipping or glitching or anything like that going on. And no pillars in the middle, which is also good. This next part I don't fully understand what it's there for. We kind of got like a separator going on to a sort of like a square about. Maybe it's just there to help build with your start square, possibly. Then down here we've got this triangle about that basically opens up into the start square. If that's what you want to use, it would work quite nicely. And then we enter the work of fiction and fantasy. It's the Bay Bridge. Okay, I'm going to try and drive up on the roads and try not to fall off. Now, looking at the curves of this, there is actually about 10 miles down the road from this particular location, there's a public footpath bridge that looks very similar to this actually, the way that it curves and loops around. Yeah, I just thought I'd make a mention of that one while we're trying. I'm trying not to fall off at speed. No. Oh, darn it. Oh, I landed it. All feel a bit Grand Theft Auto right now. So anyways, yeah, complete work of fiction, because there's no bridge linking the Isle of Wight with the mainland. If you want to get from one side to the other, you have to use the iconic red funnel ferries. And, oh, hang on, what we got here? Go glitching, clipping and clipping, not good. We'll have to drive around these carefully. So yes, the red funnel ferries, so called because they're ferries, and guess what they've got? That's right, outboard motors. Anyway, well, they've got red funnels. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm just having you on, guys. This leads you across here. It does open up the rest of the map quite nicely, of course. This is quite a nice down ramp. I think it works quite well. I think the rail could be tapered a little bit smoother, but it's still not a bad effort. As we come down to another triangle about. Yeah, it's quite a nice little thing, that. Then, if we were to turn right here, we could loop around this way and loop over this this rail, and then it connects up with the highway that we were just on. It's not really a highway, but you know what I mean. Why would you turn right and go that way when it'd be easy if you came up your left right of way? This if you come this way, turn left there. I don't understand. It's beyond me. Now we'll go for a little fly around the island. Now a lot of people actually enjoy cycling around the Isle of Wight. It's not a huge island. It's something you can do kind of like in an afternoon, or more like in a day. A nice casual, cozy ride around the island in a day. You could do it in an afternoon if you pushed it a bit. And then you've got there a tunnel. Where's it coming out? It's always taking a hell of a drop. Okay. I'm not a fan of hell of a drop tunnels. That doesn't work for me. But there's an even better tunnel coming along in a minute. Not this one. Just an even better one. What makes you wonder why we even exist. Okay, this one, instead of dropping away, this one climbs. It climbs, it starts there, and it emerges up there. So yeah, that's a bit silly. Here it is. The world's silliest tunnel. Look there. Right, okay. I don't mind a tunnel that short. But that is just ridiculous. Why didn't we just have a cutting? That's just plumb silly. Or a tunnel lower down. Yeah. Mad, I tell you, it's mad. We head round here. We see the mountain in the distance. I've got a name for that one. Will be it's a local name. Given its location, I think it's a very valid and relevant name. And then over here, we can go back over the Bay Bridge, back to the main intersection, turn right and head off towards the fog if the fog was switched on. But we need the fog switched off to look at some of the detailing once we've had a look at the rail. But before we have a look at the rail, we're just going to do one little job. You know what that is? That's right, a little asset review on the mainland, or sorry, on the main island even. Not on the mainland, we're on the island here. This is the NTE Cenacle of Athena Plaza by Spinoza 73. This is really quite nice. Don't know whether the actual statue has a black shoulder like that. It maybe that's just glitching we can't do anything about, or maybe it has a black shoulder. Can you do the research for me? I haven't got the time to do it right now. Yeah, it's a little park asset. We don't see many park assets these days. This is a really nice one. It doesn't require any extra mods or requirements at all. It's just, well, it's a freestanding little park. It does require a road, but yeah, I did demolish the road. I built the road and I demolished it. It's NTE Cenacle of Athena Plaza by Spinoza 73. It's really quite sweet. And then let's have a look at the rail. Let's go back to the IOW, the EU by Haranth. The rail's okay. There will be a little problem. You will spot the little problem. You won't need my help spotting it. You will spot it. It seems fairly flat. I mean, it's just a little bit uppy downy and bendy and bumpy. But a perfectly nice little bridge across there. Nice the way all the trees have been cleared for about half a mile on either side of the road to prevent trees encroaching onto the catenaries. Haranth has obviously been watching the show and knows not to get caught out with that one. We come back to the same side, alongside the mountain, Mount Chai, which I'm sure Haranth will be giggling away at there. And we'll follow the railway along. We're a little bit bumpy and lumpy and up and downy, but it's not too bad. Kind of within tolerance for the map itself. And somewhere down here there will be a little bit of a weeny problem. Where are you? Yes. I think somebody forgot something. Do you know what? I think you did forgot something. I think you need a little reminder to do things sometimes. Oops is the answer to that one. Right, okay, I need a break. See you in a minute.
Have you never quite worked out how to use Ploppable Rico? And what the heck is Ploppable Rico anyway? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Ploppable Rico by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
And back to EU for the shipping routes. Now, there are shipping routes. Realistically, there are shipping routes as well. We've got one that goes around the bottom of the island, which we'll have a look at in a minute for relevant reasons. And then we've got another one here that comes in the Solent and goes around past Cowes there. That's the town on the isle. We've got possibly some scraping on the pillar going on here. It's a little bit close for my liking. And that goes off to the fog. I question why there's no shipping into Southampton. Infamously, the departure point for the Titanic way back in the day. And we've also got, that's not Portsmouth Harbour. Portsmouth Harbour is that one there. There should be shipping coming in and out of Portsmouth Harbour as well. Let's say the other ones, we've got yachts and sort of like sailing in the other two harbours there. Water flow, we've got some river coming, some river coming down the water, some water coming down the river. There's River Hitchin, I do believe. I could be wrong on that one. Oh, we've got water coming back at us though. Oh, hang on, somewhere around here is probably a dead zone, a null zone. And it's looking like, oh hang on, Start Square's here. And the water's flowing towards us. That's not a good place for the water to be flowing towards us, where we're going to be putting the outflow for our sewage. The main island itself, the Isle of Wight, is very close to the edge of the map, and if you're playing just 25 tiles, you're only going to get access to about that chunk of the island there. Now let's have a little look down here. I just want to start off by having a look at the southernmost point of the Isle of Wight here. This goes by the name of St Catherine's Point in real life, which is also, just by coincidence, the name that I chose for my map. That's the only correlation between the two things, and just a complete coincidence. Down here we've got some nice farmland. It's quite nicely done actually. A little bit of time's been spent on tree lining the roads there and making the fields. It looks okay. Here's a rural area around there. Plus, you keep going that way, you'll get to the New Forest, part of British ancient history. And here, this is the most iconic part of the United Kingdom. This is the Needles, except for there are no needles. Certainly Google Needles and Isle of Wight, and you'll see that there's something major missing there, and I'm really disappointed. Down here we've got plenty of build locations as we go over Hayling Island here, and then just Selsey Bill down there as well. Not sure why we've got a bit of a divot going on there, but we've got a bit, maybe that's a giant's footprint, possibly. And then if we head up this way, up the river here, then you've got this mountain. I've called it Mount Chai because that takes up the area where Chichester would be. Chichester's got a famous cathedral. We've got two spires going on there. I don't know if that was intended. Is this supposed to be Chichester Cathedral? If it is, it's not a very good one. Your chance to vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your votes really do count. We use them at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10 Awards and pick out the best 10 maps from the month. I find a place to settle down, and I'm going to mark this map up. It's a bunch of fun. I told you it was a bunch of fun, didn't I? Definitely is that. It was for me because at least I know what I'm looking at. I know the area. Aesthetically, okay, right. It's not awful. It's not awful. It just doesn't do anything, and it's got a few fun areas, and all told, and the theme and luck combo I like. I'm going to give it 3 for aesthetics. Detailing, actually there's some good stuff going on here. There's also some duff stuff as well. I think it all averages out to a 3, so we're going to go with 3 on that one as well. Gameplay potential, I think actually there's quite a lot of potential here, except for the water flow and the fact that it's a bit silly. I was going to give it a solid 3. I couldn't push to a 4. I was going to give it a solid 3, but the water flow, that's where you lose a star, I'm afraid, at the start square. 2 stars for gameplay. EU by Haranth. Today's almost local to me map of the day. Thanks, Saranth. I really enjoyed that one. I actually had a proper good laugh when I did my first fly through on that one. So anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing, and to all the Patreon BonBon buddies, thank you for your support there. There'll be another map coming up on screen in a moment from just over a year ago. If you want to go back and vote on that one, you might even be the first to do so, because the vote's only gone up live today. And there'll be another video there, a recent one for you to watch if you've not been keeping up with my stuff. There's what do you mean you've not been keeping up? I'm disgruntled. That's my last word on the matter. Goodbye.